to BapsHockey Academy as I got episode 3, adapting your game. Now this is a huge pillar in when you're moving up to the next level, whenever you're coming on to a new team, or whenever you're shifting to a whole new level of play. Like, these things are so crucial. You need to understand how to adapt your game. Now, I want to first say, I'm not saying that you need to change your game in the sense where I need you to play like a robot. I don't want you just abandoning what made you the player that you are, what got you to that next level. But just like most things, you have to earn the trust of the coach. You have to show you have the ability to play at that next level. So we want to think of it like staircase, like steps. So at this level, you're dominating, you're one of the best players on the team, you're one of the best players in the league. But when you move up to the next level, typically what happens is those skill sets are probably the standard at that next level. They're probably right in the middle there, or you still have a lot of room, a lot of potential, a lot of room for growth. So you're not necessarily going to have the room, the time, the space to do the things you did at that level you were at before. So you really have to build confidence, earn the trust of the coach. There's all these things. And so when I talk about adapting your game, it's one of the biggest things I've seen with my players as they've been progressing, moving up to different levels, moving to different teams. It's really important to be able to adapt your game. So the first step in doing this is evaluating where your skill sets stand. Are they average, standard level at that current level that you're playing? Are they below average? Are they just not there? Like, you made the team, you battled, but you're really working to try and get up to that standard, that average there as you're moving up. This is completely normal as well. You shouldn't be like, oh man, like, I can't compete here. It's like, no, you're working your way up. You have to build confidence. There's you have to develop. It's not like you're going to just step into the next level, a new team, and be the best player. Like, that is a false perception. It does happen to some players, but this is a small percentage. For the majority of players, you're going to have to grow into the player that you need to be to dominate and excel at wherever you play. And then the last one is, do you step onto that next level and you're an elite level skill set? And there's a whole different way to approach it from that standpoint. But what we're going to focus on is adapting our game if our game is literally the average or the standard. So you go on to, you're a dominating player at this level or team, you move on to a new team, and now you need to adapt your game. So I've got 3 specific things that you can do to help adapt your game so that you can grow, develop, and get to the point where you can dominate and be that elite player on that team in that league. The first thing you need to do, simplify your game. I can't tell players this enough. I'm not saying that you need to go dump the puck in, not make a skill play, not work on your game, but you need to build positive momentum. And what I mean by that is that you need to be able to build confidence. So when you make that simple play, you're going, oh, there's a play I made. You made the first pass, you execute that, you get a puck out, you work to do the team things that will, again, build that momentum. Like, the coach is like, well, he's doing all the right things. He's doing the little things. You're winning your battles. Doing things like that will build positive momentum for you. And what else that does is it builds confidence from your teammates going, okay, I can trust him. And most importantly, you're going to build the trust of the coach. And when the coach trusts you, he's going to give you a longer leash. And when he does that, you're going to have more room to make plays and do some more of the dynamic things that make you the player that you are. And remember, when you do the simple things, when you play the right way, you're going to get more time and space. You're going to be able to get room, because now, say you soft chip pucks into space and beat guys there, they're going to start to anticipate that. And when you read that, because you're playing the right way, building the right habits, now that defenseman overreads it, now you can attack the middle. So this is how you can start building that positive momentum. We want to simplify the game. When you do that, you're going to be able to build the trust of your teammates, your coaches, so that you can start to excel. So now the second thing you need to do is high compete level. I can't tell players enough. Again, I know you probably think like, okay, why you're telling your players all these things, but these three critical components are so important to getting players to excel and dominate at the next level. So again, the second thing here is high compete level. That's something that's in your control, regardless of who you are, where you're playing. You can implement high compete level, high battle, high aggression on loose pucks, second, third efforts. Doing these things will give you opportunities. Coaches know which players are skilled. They know what players are able to do. This is something that they do look for. But one thing that they absolutely cannot stand is a player that doesn't have high compete level, a player that doesn't want to battle. Again, you don't want to be, you want to think of players like the 1% in the NHL. They can get away with their skill, they can get away with some bad habits, they can get away with cheating. But again, we're talking about the 1%. We don't want to try to emulate that. We'll work our way to that point, but we want to emulate what 99% of players did to get to the next level. And what they all show consistently across the board is high compete level. Ken Hitchcock talked about what makes an NHL player versus an AHL player versus any other type of player is their second and third efforts. Everyone has a good first effort, but that second and third effort is what makes an NHL player. And that stems from high compete level. If you can show high compete level, you're going to give yourself an opportunity. Coaches will take chances on players that have high compete level. And like I said before, when you simplify your game, when you have high compete level, you're going to earn the trust of the coaches. You're going to get more leash to get more opportunity. That's how you earn a spot on the team. That's how you earn more ice time and earn more opportunities. So now, the third thing and final thing is make the most of your opportunities. Now, you've simplified your game. You've shown high compete level. Now, the third thing is you got to make the most of your opportunities. Will you fail sometimes? Absolutely, it happens to every single player. But what we want to do is when we get to those opportunities, we got to embrace that moment. That's your time to show your skill sets. When the coach gets you out on that first PP unit, second PP unit, whatever it is, first one out, puts you on the half wall, puts you in front of the net, gives you those opportunities, you need to go out and make the most out of it. He puts you out in the last 2 minutes of a game, you're up by 1 goal, you got to make the most out of it. You do those things and I guarantee you, you're going to earn your stripes. You're going to move from just being a player in that league to excelling and dominating at that level. So remember, just to review, the 3 things you need to do to adapt your game is we need to simplify your game. Second, you want to work to have high compete level. And third and final thing is you want to make the most of your opportunities. So you have those 3 things. I'll make sure to have a PDF that you'll be able to download off the website. So now you have this template to always work back to. And remember, it's like a steps up a staircase. So at this level, you're going to be competing, you're dominating. When you move up to the next level, that your skill sets will probably fall into that average, and now you have a lot of potential, but you need to put the work in, and it starts by simplifying your game, showing high compete level, and then making the most out of your opportunities. So thanks again for listening to the Baps Hockey Academy, working on how to adapt your game, and stay tuned for some more episodes to take your game and IQ to the next level.